Anything breaks, the forge is hot.
God, my game is stuttering like a motherfucker right now. Okay. I really just need to get a better GPU. Yeah. Damn it, I need to go back.
Aspetta.
Beasts can't resist the scent of blood, even alone. I've enough ears and they're out with you. Care to join the hunt? I certainly got their attention! Didn't collect much. It won't make me rich, but it'll help. Here, that's for you.
Let's go. Did we get our aspect yet? Out of here. Ugh. Alright, let's do a nightmare dungeon. This one shouldn't be that bad. We need to get these aspects down though. Get some new ones. Oh yeah, I forgot. I completely forgot. I gotta look at the chart and see which way I should go.
Such power!
Fist villager. We still got something we gotta do here. What the fuck? Thought we were done. We cleared something out, but we didn't quite beat it yet.
Taken apart, melted down. step of your feet to break another sweat, you know where to find me.
nervous, you child.
2 out of 4, not my best, but that's not bad though. We got a lot of good stuff here. Oh, let's go. We got the Ring of Starless Skies. That's what I'm talking about. I cannot believe we got that. I cannot believe it. I've been waiting to get that. I've been waiting. Finally got it. We finally got it. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't know when we were going to get the Starless Skies. Rachel, stop. Be nice. Okay. So. We got the Starless Skies, we got Glenn's Anvil, we got Dominance, we got the Eagle Horn, we just need Talbot's Will and Air Perdition, Scoundrel's Kiss, Azareth's, which we've had Azareth's before, but I didn't think we were going to need them, so I sold them. I've had like 2 of them that I've sold. Get dummy. We got a bunch of loot off that. Not like last dungeon or last trial was crazy. Starless Skies is a huge drop. We needed that. Let's see what we can get here. Opportunist.
Believe to break another's work.
I thought mainlanders had a sense of adventure.
But nice. Hopefully we can find ourselves some whispering caches. That'd be dope. This Helltide. Hey, Rachel, be nice.
Pardon me, stranger. Could you...
We're gonna do this dungeon here. We get a bonus reward for doing it. We gotta wait till the next health tide comes up. Okay, we need this tunic. Get away from me. We're about to start building our frozen arrow, or our pin shot. We're actually so close. Could have already built it by now, but I wanted to make sure I have everything I need. And I don't have everything quite yet, but we have most of the stuff that we actually need though. We just don't have the big damage multiplier. But we don't necessarily need it that like right now. It'd be nice if we had it though. Alrighty. Oh, nice. Nice. That's what I want to get. I love these dungeons so much. Love them. These guys are easy to build, and it's not a bad looking one neither. Pretty lush dungeon. I think that's it right there. I don't know. Oh. There we go. Finally we're at the boss fight. Here we go. Oh shit. Big fella. Dead fella. Alright. That's it. We did it. We got some good stuff. Back to Timus, and then we're gonna see if we got anything we can forge or aspect from the blacksmith. Let's run over to this guy. Let's see, what's this, like a skin probably? Yeah, just a skin. Already got those, don't need those. Don't need that.
I thought mainlanders had a sense of rest.
Alright, so we're gonna go into, so I can get these three, but I need to go this way, I believe. Straight down into this and get all of this. I think we'll start working our way that way. Yeah, we'll start working our way that way.
I've been practicing.
Yes, there's a hell tied up. So we're gonna go to this hell tide, go open up 2 chests. Quick. We got dungeons like no other here. Let's go out. I think this way. Yeah, we'll go out this way. Just got something good. What did we get though? The Arch and Floods, Doom Passage. The Umbacrocs, bro. We got another one? Shit. Let's go out this way. Umbacrocs is good. It's good stuff right there.
You saved my life.
Oh, look what the tide washed up. I thought mainlanders had a sense of adventure.
My kid? Oh, shit. Oh, damn, we can claim the crow. Let's go. See what we get. Damn. We got some good stuff.
Taken apart. Melted down.
Another Umbacrox. I think that's our third one that we actually have. Yeah, we got 3 Umbacroxes. That shit is crazy. So we got one more dungeon. I believe this is a boss dungeon right here. Man, oh man. I think I'm gonna open up my back door and let my kids go out on the back porch a little bit. Rachel, what are you doing? I know what I'm upgrading into, so I'm gonna close that tab. I want to listen to some.
Chaos isn't music to anybody's ears. Azure brings everything into one clean view, so you can finally hear yourself think. Did I feed the dog cat food?
Hello, Wanderers. My name is Nix, and I'm happy to present one of my most extensive projects to date. This video will take you through the entire lore of the Diablo universe, condensed and distilled to the best of my abilities. From the birth of the universe to the ending of the world. As always, timestamps are available in the description. If you enjoy Diablo lore, make sure to subscribe. Now let's dive in. In the very beginning, only the void existed, encasing Anu, the very embodiment of all contrasting elements, a unique entity that encompassed all facets of existence, light and dark, good and evil, physical and mystical, coexisted in harmony. Anu, however, sought perfection and purged itself of all elements it deemed imperfect, thus giving birth to Taphamat, the prime evil. What followed was an internal struggle, a ceaseless conflict of light versus shadow in the confines of the void. Anu and Taphamat, two opposing forces, were intertwined in a battle that lasted from neither yielding nor overpowering the other. Yet, such a constant clash of energies could not endure indefinitely. In their exhaustion, Anu and Taphamat delivered their final blows. Their energies, mingling and erupting in a cataclysm of unprecedented magnitude. The sheer force of this explosion gave birth to the universe as we know it. From the remnants of these two titanic beings, all realms were formed. The high heavens and angels were born of Anu's life, while Taphamat's shadowy essence led to the creation of the burning hells and demons. Pandemonium, the chaotic realm, formed at the epicenter of this colossal event, marking the site of this cataclysmic confrontation between Anu and Taphamat. Thus, in a single crash, the universe was born. After the dawn, the high heavens and the burning hells initiated an epic war for dominion, lasting longer than any celestial body. The angels of the high heavens, guided by the wise Anu's counsel, advocated for absolute order. In contrast, the black evils, leading the burning hells, endorsed chaos and darkness. Despite significant victories and losses, neither side secured a definitive win, leading to an enduring stalemate. In this ongoing struggle, the Worldstone believed to be the Eye of Anu emerged as a coveted prize. Found in Pandemonium, this artifact could alter reality and create worlds, turning it into the conflict-spoken world. The Worldstone, under the Heaven's rule, spawned realms of perfect order. However, under Hell's influence, it bred chaos and worlds of terror. All these realities, irrespective of their creators, eventually perished due to relentless conflict. Recognizing the Worldstone's significance, the Archangel Kirill, but the Emperor himself, ordered its forces to build around it, known as the Pandemonium Fortress. This stronghold changed hands multiple times, reflecting traits of both angels and demons. Battles of the eternal conflict extended beyond the walls of Pandemonium, reaching heaven and hell. The high heavens' diamond gates endured several demonic attacks but remained intact. Angels invaded hell, battling Mephisto, one of the three prime evils, in his realm and assaulting the Hellforge, leading to the angel Iswell's capture by the forces of hell. Iswell is an important part of the Diablo universe, and you will see him again later on. Thus, the great conflict persists, each side vying for dominance. Exhausted from the ongoing eternal conflict, Lilith, the daughter of Mephisto the prime evil, grew wary of the battle strategies of her father and her uncles, Diablo and Baal. In the midst of one such battle, she captured an angel named Inarius and took him to her hideout. Although she had initially intended to torment him, she found herself breathing new life into him instead. Upon awakening, Inarius began to talk wildly about his longing to escape the eternal conflict. Lilith found her own sentiments mirrored in the desires of Inarius. Seeing the disillusioned angel as a potential ally she could sway to fulfill her own objectives. She introduced herself to him, and the angel in turn found himself becoming infatuated with her. Lilith then shared her plan to run away with the World Stone and utilize it to fabricate a new world where they could coexist. This marked a historic moment in the eternal conflict, the first time an angel and a demon decided to overlook their differences and work together for a common cause. With a united front, they rallied other like-minded angels and demons to their cause and stole the World Stone from the Pandemonium Fortress. Together, they constructed a new world called Sanctuary, and freed them away from the perpetual chaos of the eternal conflict. Lilith and Inarius became the rulers of this world, governing alongside a council of other angels and demons from a grand structure that would later be known as the Temple of the Firstborn. While Inarius found solace
Rachel,
in their
get down.
successful escape from the war,
Right now, get
Lilith
down!
had greater ambitions. She sought to show Inarius that a victory against the forces of hell and the forces of heaven wasn't a mere fantasy, but a feasible reality. As a step towards realizing this grand plan, she decided to present Inarius with something unexpected, the birth of a son.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform made for anyone with an idea and a drive to bring it to life. Describe what you want and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one to platforms ready for many. From passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything is built in and ready to launch. It's a new world of creation where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it? Let's make your dream a reality right now.
Get down. Right now. But that thing's gonna go drive in the dumpster. I'm gonna give it to a family that ain't gonna jump off of a porch with it.
EVE Online is a vast universe, alive with the unrelenting activity and
At the altar of rites, an unprecedented ritual brought about the birth of their son, Lenarian, who would later rename himself to Rathma. He was truly the first Nephilim, an extraordinary blend of angel and demon. This birth marked a new era as Lilith and Inarius, as well as their fellow angels and demons, continued to bring more Nephilim into existence, each stronger than their predecessors. The growing number and power of the Nephilim incited concern leading to strife and debate about this unusual threat. Lilith, fiercely protective of her progeny and envisioning them as the heat ending the seasons from the conflict, was consumed by a blind fury at the idea of her children's destruction. Unleashing a violent rampage, she decimated every renegade who sought arms with the Nephilim. A horrific sight that awaited the horrified Inarius. Unable to end Lilith's life despite the rampage, Inarius exiled her from Sanctuary, a decision that came with severe consequences. Lilith was exiled, not to another world, but to the world. In the aftermath, Inarius manipulated the World Stone and acted to cause the powers of the Nephilim progressively waned in generations. This gradual weakening effectively gave rise to a race, humans, mortal beings significantly less potent than their powerful ancestors. Thus, amidst the turmoil and struggle, humanity was born, carrying with them the legacy of the Nephilim. Then came a time of somewhat calm, as humanity built their foundations and discovered the secrets of Sanctuary. But a clan of mages started to dabble into the powers of summoning and caught the attention of the forces of hell, leading to a time known as the Sin War. The Sin War was waged between the Triune's prime evils and the angel Inarius of the Cathedral of Light. Their goal, win humanity's loyalty to the eternal conflict. thereby linking humans with the celestial war between angels and demons. When the burden held over the sanctuary, the Visual Mage summoners, Mephisto sent his son Lucian to sway humanity to their side through a cult called the Triune. Mars established a treaty with Earth, marking the start of a secret war for humanity's allegiance. The balance was shattered when Lilith returned, seeking to control the Nephilim's power. She manipulated a farmer named Odyssean to lead a group named the Edelin in a revolt against the Triune Cathedral. Odyssean's revolt eventually attracted the High Heaven's attention, resulting in a three-way war between the angels, demons, and the Edelin. Odyssean, realizing the dangerous potential of the unchecked Nephilim energies, contained these energies within himself, sacrificing himself to reset the Warstone and save the world. In the aftermath, Archangel Tyrael, moved by Odyssean's sacrifice, voted to spare Sanctuary in unison with the Angels Council and Mephisto the Covenant. A truce was agreed between heaven and hell, and Mars, for his sin of creating Sanctuary, was given over to Mephisto to be tortured for all of eternity. Take note of that, as we will see Mars again later on. The memories of the surviving Edelin were altered, leaving humans ignorant of the angels, demons, and the Nephilim. Yet, a few, like the mage clans, retain their memories, setting rules to keep celestial forces out of mortal affairs and forbidding the teachings of seminary magic. But the decree was eventually violated, leading to a clan known as the Mage Clan War. Following the Civil War, mage clans regained control over the eastern regions, and members by the Ennead and Annids clans prohibited the summoning of demons to the sanctuary, aiming to preserve the mortal realm. The Visual clan thrived, its numbers growing rapidly. Yet, this growth came with severe transgressions. A forbidden summoning ritual was discovered, sparking a chain of retaliation that wars. The Visual suffered from eternal dissent, especially between the siblings Razin and Bartuk over the treatment of demons. Bartuk's pursuit of an alliance with demons led to widespread destruction and subsequently his removal from command, as Bartuk turned his forces against his clan. A devastating battle unfolded in the city of Beijing. The city was ravaged, and the Visual nearly annihilated. The decisive duel between Horazon and Bartuk culminated in Bartuk's death and the end of the war. In the war's aftermath, the Visual clan denounced demonic magic, shifting focus to elemental magic, and instituted the Vizjakar to ensure the past misdeeds wouldn't repeat. These were assassins trained in killing mages that swayed from the teachings of the mage clans. Academies were also established to provide ethical magical education. However, the public's disdain for mages had crystallized. The once powerful Visual were reduced to a mere shadow of their former selves, and the repercussions of the Mage Clan Wars drastically altered society's outlook towards magic. Laws prohibiting the use of magic were enacted, leading to the demise of the Age of Magic. In its place rose the Age of Faith, which witnessed the emergence of numerous new religions, but most powerful of them all was the Order of Zakarum.
Now we gotta go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Maybe where's the golf cart? There it is. Only pay?
At the heart of the Age of Faith was a friend named Extreme used a transformative vision while on the mystical island of Van Side. He believed this vision to be a message of the angel Darius, which provided him with profound insights into the nature of the universe, reality, and the human condition. He became an ardent preacher of the light, amassing followers in every city he visited. It is widely believed that the concept of the light was introduced to sanctuary by the Archangel Darius, who selected Akarat as a prophet of his teachings. Akarat's teachings on the light gave birth to the Zakarum faith, which eventually became the predominant religion on Sanctuary, its influence reaching even the most remote corners of Sanctuary. The Zakarum faith revolves around the belief that the light exists within all mortals, and only through faith and obedience can one's inner light combat the darkness. This faith was so powerful that it led to the formation of the Order of Zakarum, an organization dedicated to the worship of the light and the practice of its tenets. Even though this dedication often spiraled into fanaticism, it was a testament to the profound influence the Zakarum faith held over the people of Sanctuary. After the Sin War, kings of the exile, the prime evils, having been banished from hell due to a rebellion orchestrated by the lesser evils, focused on corrupting the council. The lesser evils Asmodan and Belial led the rebellion against the prime evils. Initially united, soon started fighting for control over hell, as is. So the prime evils Mephisto, Baal, and Diablo, now weakened and trapped in the mortal realm, started causing chaos by possessing human hosts, leading to brutal wars and much suffering. In reality, the prime evil's banishment was their own ploy. The angel Israel, who we talked about earlier, was corrupted during his capture and revealed the power of the soul stones to the prime evils. Indeed, through the soul stones, they could corrupt the world stone, and through it, humanity as a whole. The prime evils unleashed their followers upon the world, causing widespread destruction and altering the nature of the prime creatures. The once peaceful world became an environment where only the strongest could survive. To counter this threat, Uriel, Archangel of Justice, ascended the team of the Raja and imprisoned the prime evils using soul stones. In time, Diablo and Baal were pursued to Aranok, leading to an intense battle in which Baal shattered his soulstone. Haradrim leader Russia volunteered to contain Baal's essence within his own body, a task requiring him to wrestle with the demon for all eternity. Mephisto will also be fighting and captured in a soulstone by the Haradrim and given to the Order of Zacharias for safekeeping, which was a terrible idea when you look at what happened. Anyway, lastly, the Lord of Terror, Diablo, was found and defeated in Kandurus after a long, arduous search. The Haradrim sealed him in the maze-like cave near the river Sand, ending the horrific era known as the Dark Exile, with all three prime evils contained. In the darkness, they slowly corrupted the humans around them until the events of the darkening of Tristram, also known as the story of Diablo I. In his confinement, Mephisto started to corrupt the Zacharian priests around him, including the Archbishop Lazarus. This Archbishop was part of the entourage of a man named Leoric. The Zacharian High Council sent Leoric to Kandurus. Once there, Leoric declared himself king. This move was orchestrated by Archbishop Lazarus to bring himself nearer to Diablo's soulstone in Kandurus. Part of Mephisto's wider scheme, of course. As Lazarus freed Diablo from the Soulstone, King Leoric descended into madness. He ruled with an iron fist. His son, Albrecht, was taken by Lazarus, providing Diablo with a human host once again. This plunged Tristram into an era of fear and darkness. Upon returning from a disastrous war with Westmarch, Lacdanan, the king's captain, was forced to slay the Mad King, a move which resulted in Leoric's curse, transforming him into a Hell Knight. Archbishop Lazarus further aggravated Tristram's woes by misleading villagers into a Zacharian cathedral, leaving them to the mercy of a demon you might know, called the Butcher. The second son of King Leoric, Prince Aidan, returned to Tristram amidst this chaos, venturing into the caves with his allies. That's you, by the way. They defeated the Butcher, the Skeleton King Leoric, and Lazarus, culminating in a fight to the death against Diablo, which they came out victorious from. Unfortunately, the Soulstone used to contain Diablo was fractured because of the actions of Archbishop Lazarus. Convinced he could contain the essence of Diablo, Aiden plunged the Soulstone into his own skull.
Users spiked overnight, but your stress level didn't. With Azure, auto-scaling keeps performance steady, so even when demand surges, you don't break a sweat.
Nice. And it worked. Aiden emerged victorious but scarred. The sight of his brother's body shattered his spirit, and the task of containing Diablo's essence within himself marked him further. His triumph brought momentary peace to Tristram, but it was clear Aiden was fundamentally changed. He withdrew, shunning company, finding solace only in the witch Adria's presence. She was privy to the terrible truth. Diablo had not been contained, and through Aiden, she bore Diablo's child, an important detail that will come back in our story. Aiden slipped further into darkness. Muttering to himself, garbed in dark clothes, he seemed to be haunted by his own deeds. His departure from Tristram marked the end of an era and the beginning of Aiden's journey as the Dark Wanderer. Our tale continues with Aiden's transformation into the Dark Wanderer. He was set on a path eastward with an underlying agenda to bring chaos to the mortal realm. The Dark Wanderer's journey led him to the prison tomb of Baal. Despite the best efforts of Hero, Baal was freed from his eternal confinement. United once more, Diablo and Baal crossed the twin seas to reach the west. In Christ, the reunion took place within the depth of the Temple of Saturn. The trio was finally complete with the addition of Mephisto. Together, the three prime evils orchestrated their final stratagem. The plan was twofold. Diablo would cross into hell to consolidate the legions so faithful to the streamlined Jerusalem, while Baal would travel north towards the Worldstone. With the Worldstone in their control, they intended to manipulate mankind and the later mankind hell to serve their sinister purposes. Their ultimate goal was to rule by leveraging an army of Nephilim against the various forces of hell and the forces of heaven to finally bring the eternal council. Prime evils rarely began to falter. Back in the temple of Saturn, the mortal heroes prevailed over Mephisto and had stayed behind to eliminate any obstacles. They managed to trap Mephisto within his soulstone, repeating their feat with Diablo in hell. Both soulstones were destroyed on the anvil of destruction, supposedly banishing the evil to the black abyss. The only prime evil left was Baal. At the twist of fate, the last remaining soulstone falls into the hands of Baal, the final brother and last prime evil in Century. Baal, in the form of the White Angel Tyrion, manipulates Marius, the person who removed the soulstone from Talrash's body beneath the temple of Zephyr into surrendering the precious artifact, leading to the unsuspecting man's demise. As the Lord of Destruction, Baal is the son of the Worldstone. Being the origin of all soulstones and the source of their power, Baal intends to corrupt the Worldstone, aiming to fulfill his brother's ambitions of conquering the world, which would serve as a strategic stronghold in the eternal war against the heavens. In pursuit of his sinister objective, Baal uses the relentless onslaught against the northern barbarian territories. His invasion begins with a brutal attack in the city of Session, the barbarians' capital, leading him to Harrogate, located at the foot of Mount Everest. This city is home to a courageous group of demons who had sworn to protect the mountain at all costs. With relentless fervor, Vale lays waste to the city and any settlement standing in his way towards the summit of the mountain. The heroes, braving through Vale's most formidable minions, finally place Vale in the canyon fashioned to mitigate the chamber. Despite their victory over the Lord of Destruction, they find the Worldstone corrupted beyond salvation. Having sought out Uriel the Angel decides to destroy the Worldstone. The resulting explosion obliterates the area, devastates the surrounding landscape, and wipes out its forces. 2 decades after the destruction of the Worldstone, Deckard Cain and his niece Leah study a prophecy in the prison. When a starlight figure crashes into the cathedral, creating a future, Deckard Cain is lost in the rubble. The next a hero arrives to investigate. This is you, by the way, in Diablo 3. They rescue Cain and discover that the star is the music man, Tyrael, missing his broken sword. As the Nephilim gathers the sword pieces, the Magda, a witch, seizes them and kidnaps Deckard Cain. Dying from Magda's torture, Cain recalls the sword before exhaling his last breath, and the Nephilim return the Tyrael, restoring his memory. The fallen angel Tyrael reveals the descendant of one humanity of the demon lords Belial and Asmodai, and their plans to conquer Sanctuary. To avenge Cain, the Nephilim track down Magda in Khaldun. The city under Belial's control, the Nephilim defeats her and frees Leah's mother, Adria. Yes, this is the same Adria from the events of Diablo 1. We will get back to that in a second. Adria reveals that we need to stop the Black Soulstone. The Black Soulstone is a soulstone that could contain multiple angels and demons. It was created by Zoltan Kull when it was first discovered, and used by Adria to draw the souls of Diablo, Mephisto, Baal, and Dario and Burial. To obtain it, the Nephilim resurrect Zoltan Kull and defeat Belial, freeing the city of Khaldun. As Leah, Adria, Tyrael, and the Nephilim prepare to face Asmodai's advancing forces, Adria betrays them, revealing herself as Diablo's agent. She uses the Black Soulstone, now filled with the souls of 7 demon lords, to resurrect Diablo, using Leia as a vessel. Diablo, now the prime leader, begins his assault on the Holy Heaven. I hope you've made the connection here that Leia is the daughter of Aiden from Diablo 1, or just Diablo as Aiden was possessed, and Adria, meaning that she was the first to resurrect Diablo. The Nephilim follows Diablo to the high heavens and stops Diablo from corrupting the crystal arch. The source of revenge is power. After the battle, Tyrael in his mortal form stays with the high heavens, vowing to build an alliance between angels and demons.
We have got to the point where literally anyone can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is the first look at the current industry-leading AI app building. You wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are creating. Smart nutrition apps, inventory trackers, onboarding tools, you name it. And if the only thing stopping me from making the app is the idea, why not build an app? Because the endless app. So let's make it. Pro tip, I draft a full app spec in ChatGPT and then I drop the prompts directly in Base 44. It gives me super detailed structure. And here it is. Everything I laid out in detail as it goes. This is pretty awesome, but I want to make it playful. Swipe left, swipe right. Same usability we all know. Now I'm going to add one more feature. So every idea that I favorite will turn into a kickoff prompt to start building the app itself. And that's it. Just come up with your idea, any idea. And Base 44 will do the rest.
We'll give you everything you need, not just to start your career, but to thrive on the job from day one. Our Job Ready program includes unlimited opportunities to pass the CPD and CPC exams, and for qualified candidates, guaranteed internship job placement, giving you the on-the-job experience employers desire. Learn more at aapc.com.
After the defeat of Diablo in the high heavens, Tyrael and the Haradrim recover the Black Soulstone harboring the 7 great evil vessels. Their intent is simply either is former Archangel Mystic, now dubbed the Angel of Death, who seizes the Soulstone. With all the evils captured in the Soulstone, Malthael saw humanity as the last true evil in the world and sought to eradicate humanity for the good of the universe. Tasked by Tyrael, the Haradrim survivor, Lorath Nar, finds the Nephilim near West March City, now under siege by Malthael's army, the Reapers. The Nephilim also uncovers Adria's plot to resurrect Diablo once again using the Black Soulstone, culminating in a battle that ends in her death. She just can't stop herself, can she? Anyway, upon learning Malthael's location, the Nephilim breaches the Pandemonium Fortress. Tyrael's timely insights reveal Malthael's intention to use the Black Soulstone to obliterate humanity by consuming all demonic essence. Undeterred, the Nephilim unlocks a soul prison within the fortress, absorbs a facet of death, and confronts Malthael. Despite Malthael harnessing the power of the 7 evils by shattering the Black Soulstone, the Nephilim prevails. But Malthael's death frees the 7 evils, leaving the Nephilim's role, savior or destroyer, unknown. His actions also led to half of the population of Sanctuary disappearing. Something a little like what happened with Thanos in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, although there's no going back this time. Here's a short spoiler warning for the events of Diablo IV, as in the next chapter I'll be spoiling the entire campaign story. You've been warned. We now transition to the events of Diablo IV, set half a century after the calamitous happenings caused by Malthael. Our main character, known as the Wanderer, that's you of course, finds themselves drugged by villagers under the malevolent sway of Lilith. Escaping this predicament, the Wanderer meets Lorath Nar, a surviving member of the esteemed Haradrim, fresh from the aftermath of Diablo III Reaper of Souls. Lorath Nar imparts the alarming prophecy of Lilith's return. Concurrently, the angel Inarius, having escaped his infernal imprisonment at the hands of Mephisto, is convinced that annihilating Lilith will grant him re-entry to heaven, an outcome he desires above all else. Joined by Nerel, a young woman encountered during their journey, the Wanderer infiltrates the sanctum of Rathma, the first Nephilim and founder of the Necromancers. Inside, the Wanderer encounters Rathma's spirit. We learn here that Inarius caused Rathma's death in a dispute over the key to Hell. That's right, Inarius killed his own son. The Wanderer then proceeds to Skosglen, meeting another Haradrim member, Donan. Previously, Donan, with the assistance of 2 druids, had defeated the demon Astaroth, the defender of the Cathedral of Hate, the dominion of Mephisto. One could only access the Cathedral of Hate with the permission of Astaroth. Lilith, however, had corrupted these druids, leading her to Astaroth's Soulstone. The demon is then released in return for safe passage through the hellfire surrounding the Cathedral of Hate in Hell. Following this, Lilith sets out to unite the lesser evils. Her objective is to strengthen humanity against the formidable prime evils and assemble an army to counter heaven and hell. Her grand scheme entails absorbing her weakened father, Mephisto's essence, to assert her dominance over hell. That's why she must reach the Cathedral of Hatred, well in place of her father's corporeal form. A conflict ensues in hell when Lilith is confronted by Inarius and the forces of the Cathedral of Light. A fierce battle ignites between Lilith and Inarius' forces, culminating in a decisive showdown where Lilith defeats and kills Inarius, leading the Cathedral of Light rebuilds. In an attempt to thwart Lilith from harnessing the power of her father, the Wanderer and Nerel return to the Cathedral of Hatred. In the Cathedral, Nerel chooses to imprison her soul within a soulstone to keep Lilith away from her. Brave mistake. As Nerel flees the scene, the Wanderer faces off his insanity, eventually defeating her. In her dying moments, Lilith issues a brief warning about the insurmountable odds they will face without her assistance. As it turns out, Mephisto has been pulling their strings, eager to be imprisoned within a soulstone once again. Now safely housed within the soulstone, Mephisto is free from the confines of hell, This newfound liberty allows him to extend his malevolent reach more effectively, starting with Morel. Mephisto's Braz scheme appears to have succeeded, exposing a masterful strategy where every action was a measured step towards his ultimate goal. While we come to an end, now, remember, the story of Diablo is far from over. This universe is constantly evolving, always ready for the next adventure. As we continue our struggle against the forces of darkness, we await the conclusion of the next chapter in this tale. Until then, stand strong, brave souls, for the fight is not over. The journey continues, and so must we. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Once more, if you like Diablo lore and you like this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Thank you again, and we'll see you very soon.
In the next 5 seconds, you'll see me do go from go to shape, website. After any curiosity, there's like a way to back me up. This harmony works the same. Just describe an idea to Aria, which is on the website. And the on screen. From there, you can take on the reins and jump in. Because all the ideas you have, whether it's play or whatever you're doing up, it all starts the same way. From your mind to your online space, this is a new way to build a website.
The story of Diablo begins with the great dragon Tathamet. From Tathamet's body, 7 heads emerge, each one giving life to a different prime evil: Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal. Diablo is tied to the realm of terror, a place deep within the burning hells, where fear rules above all. From the very start, Diablo and his brothers struggle for control over the demonic legions, each vying for supremacy within Hell's chaotic ranks. Unlike his brothers, Diablo operates with a different focus. While Baal craves destruction and Mephisto thrives on hatred, Diablo looks beyond mere conquest. His mind is always on the bigger picture, a patient observer of his enemies. Where others may charge forward, Diablo waits, laying the groundwork for fear to take hold. He feeds on the anxiety of his enemies, understanding that terror itself is more powerful than the moment of victory. For him, the anticipation, the growing dread, is far more satisfying than any physical suffering he might inflict. This strategy makes Diablo an unusual force amongst the great evils. His calm demeanor belies his power. He is not driven by rage or hunger for chaos. Rather, he carefully orchestrates situations that maximize fear. His victims often fall long before a blow is struck, overwhelmed by the horror of what is to come. Diablo understands that true power comes from controlling the mind, making fear his most potent weapon. In his realm of terror, Diablo reigns over twisted visions and nightmares. This is a place where fear manifests as reality. It is not a world of brute force, but of psychological warfare, where the mind is broken before the body. His creations are born from the deepest fears of his enemies, made to torment and break them before they ever face him directly. Through this method, Diablo doesn't simply aim to defeat his foes, he seeks to reduce them to nothing. Hello, Wanderers. My name is Nix, and I'm happy to present
up to my endgame. Send their regards. Mainlander, what brings you? Taken aback, left it down.